Hey, it's your boy Bobby Bees here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is the unique is Breeze theory. I've studied all these characters, and Breeze could be a totally different character that we have never met whatsoever. However, when it comes down to it, if I had to pick the characters that we see here that I would say would be Breeze, the only person that seems to really fit is really Unique. Unique is very cool, he's very chill, laid back, very knowledgeable, very simplistic type of guy, but he always stays on the move. He's a leader, he's very knowledgeable. He seems to be the dude that's most definitely Breeze. Ronnie is mysterious, so that's the reason why a lot of Breeze's name is getting thrown towards him, and we really haven't seen Ronnie be Ronnie. He still could definitely be Breeze. However, the one that really fits the description the most dominantly is Unique. Unique and Kanan, I mentioned before, has been kept away from one another for a long time. There has to be a reason for that. They know of one another, but they've never encountered each other on screen whatsoever. There's never been a conversation. They've never talked, nothing whatsoever. And for them to go out their way to keep those two away from one another, especially with all this time, 2 seasons in, then there has to be a reason for whenever they do finally conversate with one another, it's going to lead into something. Maybe it'll transition into the fact that they need one another, and basically Kanan will work with him, and then Unique would change his name because his name is too heavy in the streets. So it seems to make the most sense. Kanan would have a working relationship with Unique, but don't really love him, don't really care for him, therefore be a part of taking him out down the line along with Ghost. However, when it comes down to it, we have to look into it more and more. Breeze may become a person who obviously don't want many people to know him. He stays away, he stays in the shadows. Because even at the very end of Power Book 1, when Ghost and Tommy were talking, young Ghost and Tommy was talking about the fact that Kanan was ready to let him meet Breeze. So basically there was a time where Ghost and Tommy only dealt with Kanan and Kanan only, but eventually they had to meet Breeze, which means it was a big step up. You are now about to meet the leader. You are now about to be there. You're right now, you're close, you're tight in. And we all know it was Ghost and Tommy putting in work to get them that close. But why do you have to work really hard to get to Breeze? It's like I told everybody before, we all know the street life for those who've lived it or know of it. You don't get to the power unless you do some stuff to get to the power, or you attract the power's attention. And so Ghost and Tommy had to put in some work in order for them to end up around Breeze, talking to him, chilling with him, hanging with him. And who moves like that right now? Ronnie is very mysterious. Yes, you can't really get to Ronnie like that. He's not really accessible, but no one knows him as a power player. Unique is somebody you have to get to, but he's very relevant and you can get to him and talk with him. But then again, he keeps himself hidden. Ever since he pretty much lost his whole crew, he has been to himself and only been moving in power. The only people we see him interacting with is pretty much the mafia boss Tony, who I know he has a different name, but we know him as Tony. Rock, Ronnie, he's been pretty much keeping to himself. He hasn't been out there like he usually is, because Unique used to be out there. He's not out there anymore. And basically when it comes down to it, you know, we'd have to see how this thing plays out. Basically, Raising Kanan was built off of the story of Breeze and Ghost and Kanan. And now we've all been looking towards that event. We don't want it to end yet. We're just ready to get on that ride of the Breeze storyline and how long it's going to be. But we're enjoying this whole thing with Rock and Kanan and Unique in them, that we don't want that to end either. We're very much spoiled as Power fans. But basically when it comes down to it, Unique does seem to fit Breeze to me. I think there's a big chance that he might be Breeze, but we shall see. I just want to say to all of you that it's your boy Bobby Bees here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And one. Hey.